What's up, guys? Welcome to the 220,000 subscriber Q&A. It feels like we were just doing the 200,000 Q&A for the YouTube channel, but you guys show so much support for the channel, and you always post so many nice comments and messages and emails. And I thought it was time to do another one of these. And I do try and do at least one of these a month on Patreon. Sometimes I don't always get it done. I apologize. But it is really nice to do one for the YouTube listeners as well. So, as always, thank you so much for being here. I am going to try avoiding answering questions that I've already answered. So if you see me skip it, I may have already talked about it. It may have been a little too personal. And if I don't get to your question in this Q&A, hopefully I can get to it in the next one. So this should be fun, and let's get into it. Hope asks, does anyone call you K other than us? No. In fact, the whole K thing is because I was just completely uncreative when people kept asking me what they should call me. And it is stuck weirdly, but I don't mind at all. What does true love mean to you? It may sound cliche, but I think that true love is unconditional. It's like this big mixed up ball of attraction and caring for someone that endures even if they piss you off or even if they have flaws. You just kind of see through them. Do you believe in marriage? I get your question, but I guess I would say it like, do you think that marriage is for you? Because some people think marriage is super important, and that's fine for them. And some people think that marriage is totally unnecessary, and that's fine too. I personally would marry if I found the right one. And I do believe that you can find the right one out there. What is one thing you did because of peer pressure while growing up or as an adult? I mean, high school is really nothing but peer pressure, right? The clothes you wear, the way you talk, the stuff that you drink or smoke. It's all peer pressure in high school, at least when I went to high school. So I would say basically everything I did in high school was peer pressure. What was your reaction to girlfriend or boyfriend roleplay ASMR when you listened to it for the first time? I think I was like, this is really relaxing. And I got my headphones and I hopped on my bed and I listened to it like all afternoon. How do you feel about your significant other calling her coworker work husband? That really depends. I think like 6 or 7 times out of 10, I wouldn't like it. But yeah, that really depends on the girl, on the guy, on our relationship and how close they are. What are compliments you usually get but you don't like? I absolutely hate being called cute. Really, really hate it. I've noticed that when I wear glasses, I get called cute. And when I take them off, I get called hot. I mean, like when it does happen. Don't want to like toot my own horn here. So yeah, I don't like being called cute like at all. Have you ever been attracted to a girl because of her voice in real life? Yeah, totally. A coworker in specific. I never saw her in real life, but I had to talk to her on the phone and her voice was super, super cute. Ravathi asks, Kay, have you ever confessed to your girl while she is sleeping in real life, like the audios that you make? I've said similar things, but not nearly as long as an audio. Considering that it's an audio, you need to narrate the situation through dialogue. But in real life, you can do physical things, right? You can hold her, you can stroke her hair, you can kiss her, you can move in closer. So in real life, I'm more physical than talky, I would say. Sierra says, not sure if you answered this before, but how do you manage to work your regular job, make audios for YouTube and Patreon, work out, and make time for your social life without being stressed out? That is a good question. So I took a break from full-time work to focus on YouTube and Patreon, and also pursue a different career opportunity. Suffice to say, my days have been pretty crunched, but I don't really deal with a lot of stress, you know? I take vitamin B. That helps, I guess. I mean, all in all, I can't complain. I really enjoy what I'm doing. Also, hi Sierra. Stephanie asks, did you meet someone interesting or someone who catches your eye lately? Catches my eye? Yes, because that happens like every day. I like girls, I can't help it. But if you mean like a relationship right now, I will say no. Do you have any hidden talents? Drawing, actually. I was never trained in illustration, but I feel like I'm pretty good at drawing. My family has a few artists in it. We have an author, we have a painter, and I like using ink pens, but I haven't drawn for a long time. What are your favorite drinks? Currently hazelnut coffee, and a friend from Asia gave me a bottle of Johnny Walker Sherry Bomb whiskey, which is quite good. Ranjini asks, did you have any other names in mind for the channel when you were deciding it? Not really. I couldn't think of anything clever, and I didn't want to make the name too specific, so I had enough freedom to kind of branch out into, whatever kind of audios I would like, related to a relationship. What is the last liked YouTube video in your playlist? It is called Violinist String Breaks During Tchaikovsky by Ray Chen. How much time do you usually take to fall in love with someone while dating? Probably typical of many young men. I used to fall in love instantly, and now I try and take my time. Have you ever been in school drama or anything? Because your acting skills are amazing. Thank you. Thank you a lot. I really don't think that I have good acting skills or any acting skills at all. And I only did drama in high school. Is it true that men have the ability to shut down their mind and sit in a place without thinking? So I cannot speak for other guys, but I definitely do this. Just lying down in bed and not thinking about anything at all. So probably yes, I would say. Pally says, I'm proud of you, Kaleidoscope. Thank you. And I would say that Kaleidoscope is one of the more humorous nicknames that I've seen. Pally asks, do you have any allergies? No, I do not. What has required the most courage of you in your life so far? Once there were some drunk guys who were trying to get into my family house, and I grabbed a weapon and I barricaded the door. And the police showed up right on time, but it was a very scary night, thinking what could have happened. I remember thinking at the time, if I hit one of these guys, they could die. But when it's your family, you got to protect your family, right? So yeah, probably the time I feel like I had to be courageous, physically courageous. Reese Choco asks how life has been treating you lately. Great. What actions, in your opinion, should be more normalized in a relationship? I would say you should probably compliment your partner more. And this goes both ways. You'd really be surprised how far one little compliment can go in making somebody's day. If you had an extra arm, what is the first thing that you would do with it? I would touch it, right? I would just touch it and be like, whoa, I have an extra arm. It's crazy. And then I would probably, I'd probably sit at my computer and write while I'm sipping coffee with my third arm. Like realistically, that's what I would do. This one Mexican cat asks, can you please speak Spanish? At least one word. ¿Qué onda? Mi español no es bueno. What's your favorite type of food? Mexican, Chinese, Indian, etc. Honestly, right now, Canadian food is probably my favorite. I spent so much time abroad that I'm just really enjoying Canadian food right now. So that would be like, let me think. That would be like meatloaf, poutine, shepherd's pie, buffalo wings, burgers, bacon, smoked salmon, bagels, just, all the kind of food that you get in North America, I guess. What is your favorite song at the moment? That would be California, the Tarot remix, Tarro, by Black Bear, and Friday, Reloaded, by Jairus Johnson. If you had to pick one animal to come back alive as, or one that doesn't exist, what would it be? I would come back as a bad dragon. Or as for normal animals, I would come back as a border collie, probably. Have you seen Encanto? And what's the last Disney movie that you watched? I have not seen Encanto, and I don't think that it's a Disney movie, but the last similar movie I watched was Claws, and it was really good. Cora asks, what are some things you wished people knew about you? About me? Probably nothing. I'm a really simple person. What is something you would do if you weren't afraid? Again, nothing, I don't think. I mean, I always believe that if you're afraid of something or you don't want to do it, that's often the right thing to do. So I've been working on that, and I've crossed off like 75% of my bucket list. What is something you used to love unconditionally, but now you have grown to hate or dislike? Probably graphic tees. Aaron's Man Bun says you were looking for a new job in the previous Q&A. How's that going? Good. I was training for it, and it's certainly more technical. Do you plan on traveling this year? If so, what country? It's funny you should ask that. I was just thinking yesterday that I still need to go to Egypt, which is one of the final things on my bucket list. What is your go-to song in the gym? Okay, this is going to be way too hard for you guys. Like, seriously, I think it's going to scare you. Heart Attack by Scarlord and Young Slaughter by Slush. But when I train in the gym, I'm not going there for a fashion show, right? I'm going there with a death wish. I have very hard workouts. Aesthetically asks, what is your favorite accent to hear? I would say French is one of my favorites. And then probably Eastern European accents. I guess just like the typically sexy, mysterious accents, right? What is a current trend that makes no sense to you? So I always get in trouble with these guys. I don't know why you ask them, because I know that you're probably enjoying these trends, but yeah, I'm gonna say it anyways. Last time it was high-waisted stuff and boyfriend jeans, and I'm noticing a lot more girls wearing not boyfriend jeans, but baggy fabric trousers with chunky sneakers. And again, I have to say that clothes are not a big deal to me, but I do not find this look aesthetically pleasing at all to my eyes. Also, bucket hats. I really don't like them. But I think overall for trends, this year is better than last year, I would say. What does your dream wedding look like? I have literally never thought of this question. Probably my girl in a white dress and a nice big fancy place. That's all. Simp for Boyfriend Audio K asks, what do you feel about all the fan accounts now there are so many? I appreciate them. I don't spend a lot of time checking into them because I would probably get self-conscious, but I do sometimes, just as a little act of appreciation. So thank you very much. I don't know why you would do it, but thank you. What is a day in your life like when you aren't filming or editing videos? I will probably wake up at around 8 a.m. and make some coffee, check my emails, take the dog out, play a few games, take the motorcycle out if it's not snowing or raining, get some exercise in. If it's summertime, I'll go to the beach, just try and get outside. Just very regular things, I guess. Not super exciting. Would you ever do a physical fight, like protecting girlfriend from somebody else's audio? Yeah, for sure. What are your relationship red flags? Probably small confrontations. If you're always bumping heads and you're always disagreeing with each other on small things, especially early on in the relationship, it doesn't really matter if the physical side is good. It's just not going to work. Like, imagine if you're already bumping heads and then think about a year or two down the line when even couples that get along really well will argue about small things. You really don't want to be in that position, I don't think. Are you getting tired of your YouTube schedule? Nah, it's okay. The main thing I've noticed is if you are a content creator on YouTube, you don't really get like those 2-week breaks and vacations. Other than that, I love it. Everything's good. Peach Pebbles says, how has your mental and physical health been? Good. I got sick a few times. I don't know why. I know you guys were worried about that, but I'm fine. Pebbles also says, be sure to stay warm and eat good stuff and pet nutmeg lots, especially under the collar. My dog loves that. I do. And yeah, she loves it. Priscilla asks, if you had a kid, boy or girl, what would you name them? Probably something cool like Apollo or Artemis. And then I would probably get vetoed by my future wifey. Megan Van asks, what is your perfect way to wind down from a hard and stressful day? If I'm really treating myself, I'll probably get a massage. That's like really, that's really uncommon though. On a regular day, I just take a hot shower, I cook some dinner, I like listen to a podcast while I'm cooking dinner, maybe watch something funny. To be honest, I have a really hard time sitting down for a long time unless I'm with somebody else. So my idea of relaxing is probably like doing something. Kay's future wife, great name. There you go, guys. You can ask her about the baby names. She asks, what is your favorite movie? I think this year it was Dune. Any advice for getting a guy to like you back? I would say just be you. Like, don't force it. Treat him like a friend, and if he has any attraction, he will definitely come buzzing around. And I think the number one rule here is don't be afraid to look elsewhere. Is your favorite color still green? Yes. Opinions on LED lights. This is a very random question. Like, what kind of LEDs are we talking about? Are we talking about in the house, in your bedroom, on your car? I know you can get them for your motorcycle helmet. I think at home they're kind of cool as long as they're done tactfully and tastefully. I have some yellowish ones for ambient lighting. Do you have TikTok yet? No, I do not. But the recent news unfortunately has me scrolling Twitter and Telegram quite a bit, I would say. When you were younger, what was your favorite subject in school? English and biology. And economics was kind of cool. Ara asks, have you ever been ice skating? If so, are you good at it? I'm Canadian. Yeah, of course. I ice skate. We're born with ice skates on our feet. Didn't you know that? No, I think that I'm okay at it. What is a movie that you know and have memorized by heart? Gladiator. I know it's a super basic guy comment, but yeah, Gladiator. Would you rather explore the ocean or space? Good question. Probably space. And I always had this question. I always imagined this. Pretend that this is really nerdy, guys. Sorry. Pretend that you have a spaceship and you can go anywhere in the universe and you can see it all. Like just with the snap of your fingers, you can go anywhere. But you can never go home and you can never tell anybody about that. Would you do it? I don't know what the answer to that is, but yeah, probably space. Lana Rain asks, what is your favorite outfit to wear or favorite outfit on a girl? This has not really changed in like 2 years. Black tee, black slim fit jeans, probably cuffed to the ankles, and black Converse. I don't wear it every day, but it's just like a super functional outfit. As for outfits on a girl, it depends on the occasion. Probably just a t-shirt, jeans, or leggings, which are like super, super hot, and some cute plimsolls or whatever they're called. Is that how you say plimsoll? I've read that word 1,000 times in my life and I've never said it out loud. But yeah, I don't know, just like a casual, cute outfit. What do you think is your best attribute? I don't think that I personally am like this, but more than one person in my life has told me that I'm patient. Who was the person that influenced you the most? I have been asked this before, and I feel like I never have a good answer. I think I've just mostly tried to figure life out on my own, and probably taken inspiration from some fictional characters in books. Kaylee, or Kalia, I think it's Kaylee, asks, do you have a specific type in women? I like cute and sweet. I have no problem with extroverted, spicy, outgoing people, but personally, I would rather date someone who wants to go for walks with the dog and me, and we bring food to each other and makes me feel protective and kind of triggers those instincts in me. So yeah, probably cute. I'm not saying necessarily girly, because when I think back, I haven't dated a lot of like really girly girls, but yeah, just cute, I would say. What is your favorite video game to play? I don't really have one right now. I'm trying Lost Ark, but I think you need to spend a lot of time in that game, which I don't really want to do. So I'm thinking of buying Elden Ring. Kuro-sama asks, have you ever had any paranormal experiences or unexplained situations that you can tell us about? Yes, yeah, I have. So this was years ago, but once I woke up in the middle of the night and I had left the lights on in the bedroom, but I felt something like I wasn't alone in the bedroom, like there was something else there, and all my hairs stood up and I got goosebumps and I felt really, really cold. And I remember I got out of bed and I sat on the floor. I don't even know why I did it. It sounds so freaking weird. But yeah, so I sat there and I was like, what is this weird feeling? I can't get over it. I can't go back to sleep. And I have no idea what happened. It just felt like that for 30 or 40 minutes. And every rational bone in my body says there is no such thing. There was nothing there. It was nothing. Maybe call it human intuition. I don't know what you want to call it, but it really felt like I wasn't alone. And even though it's not scientific, I will never forget that night. It was so weird. Corpsey asks, which planet is your favorite? I would say Jupiter. What color is your favorite hoodie? It is a tie between my really nice black hoodie and an old faded purple hoodie. And before you make fun of me for having a purple hoodie, it is really comfortable and it looks good. So don't hate on it. It's really nice. What color are your socks? I have black socks with white Nike swooshes. I have white socks with black Nike swooshes. And I have colorful print socks for days when I have to dress up. If you were to create a brand, what would you call it? Boyfriend Audio. I would call it Boyfriend Audio. Do you like your birthday and name? I like my birthday. I'm not so stoked about my name. Earth Sign asks, if you were to travel to any country to meet the love of your life, which would it be and why? I don't know. I feel like there's a good chance that she's right here. But, I mean, like in my country, I have no idea if she's in a different country or what. But just for fun, I will say Poland. There were a bunch of Polish people in my high school, and they were all super cool, super nice families. And for some reason, I don't know why, the guys and the girls, all of them were just super attractive. Zam asks, do you listen to K-pop? I don't listen to K-pop anymore. I kind of went through that phase. I haven't really listened to it for a long time. Do you watch The Fast and Furious? I only saw the first few. Will you go to the Philippines soon? Soon? Probably not. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now, but the Philippines is on my list of places to visit. And funny enough, somebody was just talking to me about the Philippines the other day. Janelle asks, do you have any advice on ways to love being single? That is a good question. I think that if you want to love being single or be happy while you're single, you should unabashedly pursue anything that makes you happy. You should sign up for a judo class. You should buy a whole box of strawberries and watch some scary movie. Like, one of the most fun parts of being in a relationship is that you plan things to go out and do together, right? But being single shouldn't stop you from doing those things. Do you have a favorite non-dairy milk alternative? This is a very random question, but thank you for asking it. No, I don't have a favorite non-dairy milk alternative. I love dairy. I like cheese. I don't really eat like other dairy. And I don't eat soy because apparently there is some research showing that it promotes estrogen. So yeah, being a dude, I try and avoid soy. What is your opinion on fan fiction? So I've never thought deeply about fan fiction. I don't consume a lot of it, but I will say that some of the stuff that I've read has been very, very well written. Mox is watching asks, what inspired and motivated you to start making audios? I had listened to the female version before and I had a decent quality mic, so I decided maybe just give it a shot. And then overnight, a whole bunch of people watched it and I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I can keep doing this. Ellen Rose says, I really love your vampire and werewolf audios. Are you still going to create more vampire and werewolf audios this year or next year? I had intended to. Yeah, I will probably do more vampire and werewolf audios, but I think they're going to be like one-off audios and not part of a story. Out of all the places you traveled, which one was your favorite? I have very good memories of southern Germany, so I will choose southern Germany. Star asks, how do you feel to be the first ASMR channel for someone who never got introduced to such things before, but immediately loved it? I think it's cool. You know what's really weird to me is that I remember being the new kid on the block when it came to ASMR channels, and now apparently I'm the established one or whatever, you know what I mean? It has been a very weird journey. Girl Power asks, when you record the audios, how do you imagine us? Like, how do we smell, or I don't know. Love ya. There are some audios where I have nothing in my head at all. But yeah, I have just kind of like fantasized before while recording audios. I'm Sushi, I love the name by the way, says, what is something that you thought you would regret doing before you did it, but after you were glad you did? Probably this whole channel, and especially producing content on Patreon. When you do it yourself, at first you're like, is this embarrassing? Am I going to regret this? Why am I doing this? But it is very, it's very gratifying and rewarding. And other than that, I can't think of much else. I'm usually down to try new things, and I'm usually not very pessimistic. Karina says, what is your favorite kind of chocolate? Karina, my favorite kind of chocolate is milk chocolate, Toblerone, dairy milk, or those little Lindor balls, and maybe black chocolate with coffee. I don't know, I just like chocolate. If it's chocolate, I will eat it. What is something that has been inspiring you lately? I feel like I'm the wrong person for this question. Like, there are some people like my friend who are always posting inspirational quotes and stuff on Instagram, and I'm not really like that. I've never really been into that. I just kind of wake up and try my best every day. Or at least I try my best. I don't know if it always works. Also, Karina, I read your funny pickup lines all the time, and I love them, so thank you. Every Dice asks, would you like to try another language for boyfriend ASMR? I think that Japanese would be super cool. My Japanese friend tried to do it, but apparently it's just not very common in Japan. There was also a Korean dude here who tried a long time ago, and I haven't heard from him in a very, very long time. So if you're out there, Korean boyfriend ASMR guy, I hope you're doing okay, man. Jocelina says, what is a Netflix show that you recommend? I will admit, I was watching some trash reality television on Netflix last month. I think I was watching Big Timber, Big Fish, and Rust Valley Restorers, something like that. Josia asks, how did you get started? And did you imagine yourself doing anything like this? Absolutely did not imagine this at all. Like, how could anybody predict that they would be doing something like this? It is super crazy and super fun and super uncommon, I think. So if you are listening to this right now and you are wondering, should I pursue my artistic project that I've been thinking about for a long time? Yes, go do it. It could be such a great opportunity for you. Cat in Space asks, have you seen giraffes fighting? Yes, I have. It is hilarious. And they have blue tongues too. I squealed when I heard that you were half Irish. Do you listen to Irish songs? I have no idea about Irish music or Swedish music. Like, if you guys can recommend some, I would love to check it out. Do you have revenge bedtime procrastination? I had to Google this. I didn't know what it was, But yeah, I do struggle with that. I think if you want to get over it, you should choose a bedtime and then push that bedtime back by like 1 or 2 hours. So when you start getting ready for bed, even if you're 2 hours late, you'll be in bed on time. Is the way that you pronounce iron a Canadian thing? I don't know. Am I pronouncing it incorrectly? Iron? I think that's correct. I think you're wrong, Cat in Space. I don't know how else you pronounce that. And lastly, before we finish up the Q&A, not a question, but a request. Don't give up. Don't give up, no matter what others say, Renew. There you go, guys. I realized that this is like 8 pages of questions, so we're going to wrap it up there. And if I didn't answer your question, like I said before, it will probably be in the next one. I'm just kind of working my way down through the comments. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a very relaxing day or night, wherever you are. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Bye-bye.